Today, I'll explain everything you need to know for bypassing parental Wi-Fi restrictions and explaining how they work. I've seen multiple tutorials on YouTube on this topic, and almost all of them cover only one single side of things and they never explain how they work. Most of these will only work on Windows. To clarify, you need some level of technical knowledge to accomplish this task. I will be using the words physical address and MAC address interchangeably. The modem is the device that forwards your traffic to the servers through ISP. The router is a device that broadcasts Wi-Fi and sends traffic to the modem. If your parents use the in-app Wi-Fi parental controls to block your device from accessing the internet, you will have to use MAC spoofing. If it says that you are connected with no internet, more often than not, this method should work. Essentially, you are pretending to be a device with another name by changing your MAC physical address. There are many ways to do this, but the easiest is by using TMAC. It is a tool that allows you to easily change your physical address to whatever you want. Link in description. Note that administrator permissions are needed for this. Alternatively, see if you can turn on the Randomize Physical Address option in your network settings if you do not have admin permissions. Some other tutorials tell you to go into Registry Editor or Control Panel to change this same setting. This would theoretically work, but you need to restart your computer to do this, and TMAC does this perfectly well. If your parents use a whitelist, so they are allowing some devices in and keeping others out instead of keeping some out and letting others in, you will have to spoof the physical address of current devices connected. Use a network mapping tool such as Fing to see which devices are connected and whitelisted. Try to choose a phone or TV that your parents own. Change your MAC address to one of those listed. Note that I have not tried this yet because nobody ever uses whitelist. If your parents block you from visiting certain websites, you can encrypt your traffic to bypass it. Changing your physical address can also help, but more often than not, encrypting your traffic is much more reliable than MAC spoofing. You can use VPN for this. I recommend NordVPN, but other free VPNs that encrypt your traffic can also work. A good example of this is Cloudflare's 1.1.1.1, aka Warp. It's quick and easy to use, and it's also free. Essentially, this scrambles your web request to view a website to a server which decrypts it and sends it to your desired website, which returns back the data you want to the server, which encrypts it and sends it to your device, which decrypts it. This can easily bypass content filters and DNS filters. Enterprise-grade routers such as Office or corporate routers have deep packet inspection, which thwarts VPNs entirely, but no parents out there would have these. So, this method should bypass content blockers. If your parents physically turn off the router modem, just go down at night and turn it back on. Once you want to sleep, go down and turn it off to avoid raising suspicion. If your parents physically remove the router to their room when they go to sleep, see if you can find any spare routers around the house. If you can, plug in the power, circle wire, into the router and plug the Ethernet cable coming from the modem into the WAN port of the router. If your parents take away the main router and replace it with a spare one at night but put the original one back in the morning, then identify the network of the spare router and connect to it with the same Wi-Fi password you use to connect to the main network. Try both guest and main passwords. If you do not have a spare router, then the only ways you can connect to the internet are using mobile data or plugging directly into the modem. Mobile data is self-explanatory. Just make sure you don't use up all of it. You would have to get your computer downstairs to the modem to plug into the modem. Not very practical. I hope this video helped some of you, and thank you for watching.